Creature partially emerges from the water and easily keeps pace.
If I'm on a boat and we traveling and this is keeping speed with me, bro, I'm throwing all dead weight over the side immediately. Women and children first, like on the Titanic. What's up, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD coming at you guys again with another video of me facing one of my fears of basically anything underwater. If you guys want to watch the original video, the link's in the description down below. It leads to Chill's channel. Make sure to go check him out, subscribe.
National Ocean Service estimates that we have only managed to explore 5% of the ocean. With this statistic in mind, it isn't hard to believe some of the creatures on this list really could exist. After all, who knows what is lurking amongst the undiscovered 95%? Number 12. This video was supposedly taken by a robotic camera while surveying an old oil tanker. A school of fish briefly swims in front of the camera, and suddenly one of the fish gets nailed by a spear in front of the camera. Something fast swims by to collect the fish shortly after. Many people believe that this video demonstrates the possibility of some kind of advanced sea creature who uses tools to hunt. After all, there's no reason
Aquaman? The what?
For a person to be this far underwater hunting with a spear, and whatever moves in front of the camera is too fast to be a person. Of course, the obvious answer is CGI, but I would love to get your thoughts. Number 11. This video, taken over 3,700 feet underwater, begins with a mysterious symbol gliding across the bottom of the ocean floor.
Nigga, is that the bat signal? But except with octopus tentacles on it?
This is obviously strange enough, but things get even weirder after it suddenly transforms. It's some sort of shape-shifting blob with shimmering lights on its head, and apparently it's coming in for a closer look. Whatever the thing is, it seems to be quite curious as it studies the camera for a bit, its lights blinking away all the while. Someone in the comments section says that this is a ctenophore, though others insist that it's clearly the wrong color along with other discrepancies. Number 10. A YouTuber named Connell Malarkey is boating in Northern Ireland when a creature partially emerges from the water and easily keeps pace.
If I'm on a boat and we traveling and this is keeping speed with me, bro, I'm throwing all dead weight over the side immediately. Women and children first, like on the Titanic, bro. I don't do this. No.
Connell and his friends watch in amusement as the fast-moving creature passes them and then fully submerges back into the water without a trace. I could be wrong, but it looks like this could be the top of the creature's head, in which case I can't even imagine how large the rest of the monster must have been. Then again, it could have just been the shell of an exceptionally large turtle, or even something not alive at all. Number 9.
No, dead stuff don't move that fast.
One summer morning in 2016, Florida residents woke up to find a toxic sludge had invaded their clear blue coastal waters. The clumpy blue-green algae was bad enough to cause the governor to declare a state of emergency across 4 counties.
Inside, you can see some of those green globules floating around, and this algae is dangerous to people. That's why many of the beaches around here will be closed for the busy 4th of July weekend.
The foul-smelling algae could cause skin and stomach irritation on contact. It also burned eyes, gave headaches, and other forms of sickness just from inhaling its putrid fumes. No one is sure exactly why this happened, though everything from climate change to fertilizer runoff has been blamed. The mystery has not been fully resolved, and toxic algae blooms continue to crop up in various places throughout the state of Florida.
Bruh, when I first saw that, I thought an animal had pooped. And I was like, bruh, that has to be one huge animal to drop that smelly of a deuce. as to where it clears out like 4 whole counties. I wish I was that powerful. It's real. I've only been able to clear out a house.
Number 8. This bizarre sea creature was discovered in March of 2018 in Florida near St. Simons Island.
This is what a man named Jeff Warren says he found on Wolf Island on Friday. That's just north of St.
It's about 5 feet long and appears to have a turtle-like head at the end of a serpentine body. This discovery occurred in March of 2018. The most recent article I could find said that scientists still have not been able to conclude if this was a hoax or not, which makes me even more interested. Number 7. The Ninjin is supposed to be a large aquatic humanoid that was originally discovered by Japanese whale researchers in the Arctic. This video, allegedly taken from the Japanese Agency for Marine Earth Science and Technology, appears to strongly corroborate the legend. The slow-moving camera creeps past what appears to be a rounded humanoid creature with 2 large white eyes. Look closely and you can see a playful smile across the sea creature's face in what some have called a knowing look. Everything from a whale to a rock has been proposed, though nothing has been verified. Let me know if you think this video is evidence of a human-like creature lurking somewhere in the icy waters below. Number 6. These mysterious worm-like creatures were allegedly discovered by some dock workers in Germany. According to this video's description,
Bruh, why didn't things look like sea condoms? That's what I thought for a second. I'm like, who takes that many condoms out the wrapper and puts them together? And in water?
Bizarre creatures were immediately taken to a nearby institution of ocean research but never properly identified. Let me know if you think this is the creature's mouth here. If so, it looks big enough to swallow an arm. This video was taken sometime in 2011, but I couldn't find any follow-up information. If you know anything else about this video, then please let me know if it's real, and if this creature was ever identified. Number 5. Check out what a YouTuber named Aquaphobia found growing on the bottom of a river in Williamsport, Maryland. It's a riverbed full of green gelatinous plant life that strangely sways and shimmers. Aquaphobia believes he may have found some kind of a brightly colored underwater alien colony. While I'm not so sure about that, I certainly do think this is a strange find. Let me know if you have seen anything like it before, and if so, what it could be. Number 4. 2 fishermen from New York are on Lake Champlain when they notice a large object is causing a disturbance in the water behind them. Soon a large creature comes close to the surface but never emerges.
The further mystery of Champ, a legend that swims just below the surface and just out of camera range.
The fishermen say that this is only a small portion of a much larger creature. The lake gets around 20 sightings per year, and this footage was even verified by 2 former FBI agents. Still, with that said, there just isn't enough video evidence to fully convince me, so I'll let you draw a conclusion for yourself. Number 3.
What the?
I think it's alive.
What is that? Nigga, is that a sea chocolate chip cookie? What?
I don't know what it is.
Is that a stingray?
It does look like from the top of it like it's breathing or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
This is the reaction of a YouTuber named Thomas Wall after he and a friend encounter this strange round mass in the water. They are somewhere in Godridge, Ontario. A person in the video's comments section claims to recognize the location and says it's near a local nuclear power plant. I couldn't find any more information about this, so I'd like to know if there is a power plant nearby and if this could be the result of a nuclear pollution. Either way, I do see what Thomas is talking about when he says air bubbles form at the center of the circle. Let me know if you think this is a living creature or just some sort of naturally occurring optical illusion. Number 2. This alien-like creature perplexed everyone when the footage was released to the public sometime in 2008. Shell Company says they caught it on video hanging around one of their oil platforms about 200 miles from Houston, Texas. It was eventually identified as a long-legged sea creature called the Magna pinna squid. But even to this day, many videos still insist that this is evidence of alien life. As such, I just wanted to include this squid on the list to put the rumor to rest. Before we get to number 1, this footage was supposedly taken from a submarine lurking somewhere in the Greenland Sea. The crew is so fascinated with a school of fish overhead that they fail to see a much rarer creature directly behind them. A large webbed hand that is roughly 5 times larger than any human's slaps the glass before pushing away. It's almost as if the humanoid creature was toying with the submarine crew and wanted to make its presence known. However, one thing bothers me about this video. If everyone is so interested in the school of fish passing above them, then why is the cameraman focusing on his crewmate's reaction instead of the fish? This video could very well be scripted and CGI, although it also wouldn't surprise me if it really was legitimate. Only the submarine crew knows for sure.
I have terrifyingly crippling aquaphobia. Here's hoping that this video doesn't
It's a huge
show
and mostly
underwater
unexplored
that much.
place on our planet, and an incredible 95% of all the oceans in the world still remains unseen by humans. This leaves the burning question of what could be lurking in the unexplored areas. Many experts believe that given the vastness of the ocean, it would not be a surprise if some pretty large animals still remain undiscovered. And there's certainly no denying that when talking about the unexplored deep sea, the first thing people tend to think of is the possibility of mythical and terrifying sea creatures. And although this thought is amazing, it's equally terrifying. Now, over the years there have been many mysterious sounds captured by underwater devices that to this day have no real explanation. So have a listen to these and see what you think. I recommend you wear some headphones to better hear the sounds, and let's get started with 5 of the most mysterious underwater sounds ever recorded. Let's start with probably the most popular underwater sound ever recorded, the bloop. Most of you have already probably heard it, but maybe you haven't heard the actual real-time recorded version. It was first heard in 1997 when it was picked up on hydrophones across the Pacific, and whatever it was very, very loud. The underwater microphones that picked it up were around 3,000 miles away and still managed to detect it. Most versions on the internet have been
Bro, that's like my biggest fear, yo. That's why I don't do underwater. I just don't do it. I don't do it. I don't go on cruises, don't go on boats, don't shower that often. Like you know what I mean? Like underwater stuff just scares the crap out of me. You know what I mean? I gotta be careful with how I'm around aqua.
Speeded up by 16 times so that the bloop can be heard easier, but the original version I find far more eerie and mysterious. Let's take a listen.
No, this cements it. I'm not going nowhere near it. No water. No, I'm done. I said I used to shower before. Nah, I'm done. I'm not even gonna do that no more. I'm just gonna roll around in freshly watered grass for the rest of my life. Yep.
Shortly after this recording, the sound was pinpointed by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It was located around 650 miles off the South American coast in a remote corner of the Pacific Ocean. Fans of fictional tales went wild because it's around here that the legendary Cthulhu creature written by H.P. Lovecraft in 1928 was alleged to have lived. Now, although the NOAA now believe the sound was caused by an icequake, there is actually no real evidence to prove that this was the cause. So, what do you think it was caused by? Some say it was a blue whale, but there are no recorded blue whales in history whose sound could be heard from 3,000 miles away. Others strongly believe it was some sort of whale hybrid or other enormous unknown sea creature, but since the sound still has no precise origin, the bloop continues to remain a mystery. Upsweep. Labelled the upsweep due to its narrow band upsweeping sound.
Bro, that looked like a Halo level.
This mysterious sound was first heard when the Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory began its underwater audio surveillance in August 1991. What's unusual about this reoccurring sound is that it's very seasonal. In the spring and autumn, the sound will get louder, then during the rest of the year it will be quieter. What is also strange is that since its first discovery, the noise level has slowly been decreasing year after year, but even now it can still be faintly heard echoing through the sea. The real-time version is very long, so here it is speeded up 16 times. Take a listen.
I heard like a small pop behind me, bruh. I lost it all. I was...
Since the sound was located near believed submarine volcanoes, it's thought to possibly be bubbles from a volcano which are getting trapped in a cave or overhang above, which is causing this strange sound. But since it's thought to be coming from the darkest depths of the Pacific Ocean, which so far cannot be explored, what's causing this frequent seasonal sound is a mystery. The train. This next unidentified sound was recorded on March 5, 1997 by the Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array in the same year as the bloop and the slowed down recording. It was labelled the train because it sounds similar to the wheels of a train rubbing against the tracks. There is so little information on this mysterious sound, but we do know that there are a few theories on what it could be. Take a listen. Scientists think that it's most likely an iceberg dragging along the sea floor, creating shockwaves and producing the sound. But many are certain that this is not the case, and that it's caused by some giant sea creature that lives between the icebergs deep in the ocean. Since the deepest depths of the ocean are yet to be exposed, and with the discovery of new sea creatures every year, we certainly cannot rule this out. But what do you think? Is it an iceberg scraping the ocean floor, or a creature that we can't even begin to imagine? Since March 1999, an annual underwater sound has been recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, just off the coast of South America. Named Julia, this creepy sound has an enormous amount of speculation surrounding it. Many believe Julia is the sound of a huge underwater sea creature, mainly due to the fact that it sounds like something howling deep in the ocean. What do you think? Some say the thought of a giant underwater sea creature is unrealistic, and the sound is a result of underwater volcanic activity or a large iceberg knocking the ocean floor. But with the sound being caught so clearly and reoccurring each year, one's imagination can run wild about what is causing Julia. There are believed to be secret photographs taken by NASA's Apollo AA-35 that are thought to show a huge shadow moving through the waters in the southwest region of Cape Cod, which is the same sort of area as Julia can be heard. The shadow was allegedly larger than the Empire State Building, but was dismissed as being any known sea creature simply because there is no animal that matches the incredible size of the image captured. It could have been a colony of swimming fish, but there is no evidence of this, so people have come up with all kinds of theories, from giant undiscovered whales to enormous octopuses. But since we can't prove exactly what Julia was caused by, the sound and the believed photos that could be the cause of the sound continue to remain a mystery. All of these underwater sounds are eerie, but this next one takes things to another level. It was recorded on May the 19th, 1995 by underwater recorders in the equatorial Pacific Ocean just off the Antarctic Peninsula. It has been heard on more than one occasion, and this eerie descending frequency was detected by 3 sensors nearly 3,100 miles away. The sound is like something from a horror movie as it descends in frequency over several minutes. When it was released to the public, it had been speeded up 16 times to better hear the frequency change. Take a listen. Now, some say the sound spectrum of the slowdown closely resembles that of ice friction vibrations. It's believed that this creepy sound is caused by ice sheets breaking off a few thousand miles away and plunging down to the bottom of the ocean, causing a vibration through the sea as they fall and drag on the side of it.
My anxiety is kicked in, so I am going to go watch My Hero Academia now.
In total darkness underwater at this point. The only way you would ever see this thing is with a flashlight.
Arg, niggas. It's your boy Pirate Black. What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today is a terrible, horrible day. And the reason why is because we is watching the ocean is way deeper than you think. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this about me, but that is the scariest thing in the world to me. Scam likely. Answer it anyway. What it is.
You should have received something in the mail about your car's extended warranty, since we have not gotten a response.
So we're gonna go ahead and watch this video. I have aquaphobia, legitimately. So if I just faint during this video, then you know why. Or if I just cut it off abruptly, I'm a pansy. I'm not gonna change. Let's do this. If you guys want to watch the original video, the link's in the description.
For taking the time to watch.
Hell no! Hope you guys enjoyed this video. My anxiety is at its highest peak after watching that. I'm gonna go take a cold shower. You stay classy, San Diego.
Zoologists believe that the megalodon could still be alive today in some of the deeper parts of the ocean.
What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Okay, so look, peep game. A lot of my videos of me watching deep water stuff has started going viral. Now, the reason for that more than likely is because deep water gives me anxiety. I'm scared of it, you know what I mean? I don't even like saying it out loud, but we all know it's the truth at this point. Enough so as to where it's just watching this stuff freaks me out, all right? So with that being said, let's do this before I lose my nerve, yo. Let's get it popping.
5 extremely creepy sea creatures. Number 5. The Ninjin. This creature from the depths of the ocean may be just about the creepiest thing you ever see. The reason for this is that it looks just like a human, even having strange limbs that resemble arms and legs. The name Ninjin is actually human in Japanese. However, there is no...
Okay, so there's underwater Slender Man now. Thank you so much, Elite Facts. Just another reason why I don't get in the large bodies of water.
No need to panic and worry that the world will be taken over by strange alien sea creatures, because there have never been any official sightings of this little beastie. And general opinion is that it's just a freaky urban myth, much like the mermaid. Number 4. Mantis Shrimp. This rainbow-hued little creature is not as nice as it looks. It's actually extremely clever and horribly dangerous. One of its main talents is being able to see colors that far surpass even the furthest imagination of humans. As well as, it's an efficient killing machine. It has 2 appendages at the front of its body, which can lash out so powerfully that they cause the water surrounding the creature to reach boiling point. So even the clever prey that have managed to avoid the physical attack will be rendered defenseless by the boiling water. Number 3. Pelican Eel. Eels in general are quite creepy looking, but this one is taking it to another level. This slippery character is basically just a huge mouth with a tail attached. The mouth itself is absolutely terrifying. It unhinges so its owner can catch prey that is twice its size. The chosen prey is then stored in a pouch within the lower jaw. However, the tail can be just as weird, as it possesses a small light-producing organ that is called a photophore and gives off an eerie pink glow. Number 2. Humpback Anglerfish. The female of this species most certainly has a license to kill. She uses her feminine charm, which comes in the form of a bioluminescent lure dangling over her forehead, to draw in prey that she can destroy with her rows of ferocious teeth.
So it's not that far from human females, apparently.
Number 1. Predatory Tunicate. This is basically a Venus flytrap that lives underwater. They are almost completely translucent and stick themselves to the seafloor and wait patiently for a tasty meal to come along. Once an unsuspecting critter falls for the trap, the creatures snap their hoods shut until they've had their fill.
Okay, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was, but it's only because dude didn't have a lot of examples.
The ocean can be a scary place, but nothing comes close to the giant creatures that used to lurk below. Here are 9 of the most terrifying sea monsters of all.
Oh, crap. Okay. Oh.
Number 9. Predator X. Predator X is the most powerful marine reptile ever discovered. Over 15 meters long and weighing about 4 tons, it was twice as big as most Jurassic predators. The giant reptile roamed the seas about 150 million years ago and was officially classified as a new species. Now known as Pliosaurus funke, it had a massive 2-meter skull with a bite 4 times as powerful as a Tyrannosaurus rex, although I prefer the name Predator X. Studies of the brain cavity of Predator X has revealed that its brain was actually similar to the much smaller great white shark. In 2006, scientists found 2 massive pliosaur skeletons in Norway. The giant creatures looked slightly different from other pliosaurs discovered in England and France over the last century and a half. The pliosaur family had short necks and 4 large paddle-shaped limbs like a turtle that allowed them to move up to 5 meters per second. The newly discovered funke species likely lived closer to 145 million years ago and ate plesiosaurs, related long-necked, small-headed reptiles. The new analysis shows P. funke had longer front paddles than other pliosaurs and different teeth. This predator is still bigger than the largest living apex predator, the killer whale, which tops out at about 9 meters long. Number 8. Plesiosaurs. Plesiosaurs were a group of marine reptiles or dinosaurs that weren't actually dinosaurs but lived at the same time during the Jurassic period. It had a tiny head and a long neck, paddle flippers, and a tail. Even though it was smaller than Predator X, its mouth was full of needles during the Jurassic period. It had a tiny head and a long neck, paddle flippers, and a tail. Even though it was smaller than Predator X, its mouth was full of needle-like teeth pointing inward, a perfect death trap for prey and for ripping flesh. In 1987, a plesiosaur fossil was discovered with the bones of an embryo in its abdomen, proving that the animal gave birth to live young. This creature seems to have somehow given rise to the Loch Ness Monster, as the physical description is very similar. Plesiosaurs would swallow stones weighing about 5 pounds to help them digest their prey. If there was one plesiosaur you needed to watch out for, it was Liopleurodon. This carnivorous beast could weigh over 3,500 pounds and reach over 30 feet in length, including jaws that are believed to be 10 feet alone, complete, of course, with a very wide jaw and several rows of razor-sharp teeth. Their bodies consisted of a unique paddle design for limbs, which has been tested and proven on small swimming robots that the Liopleurodon would not have been super fast, but they were terrifyingly agile. Most likely they hunted similar to the crocodiles of today, with short and fast burst attacks.
Bro, where they getting these pictures at, yo? I don't do none of this. This ain't how I do. Man, I appreciate the lack of demonstrations they have. But I don't. Now, these pictures.
So that makes them just perfect for any underwater haunted aquarium. Number 7. Giant sea scorpion. Since there's no way I can pronounce this, we'll just call this one the giant sea scorpion. Larger than a human and about the size of a crocodile, the 390-million-year-old sea scorpion was the top predator of its day. This was one of the 2 largest arthropods to have ever lived, reaching a length of over 8 feet of armored clawed horror. Most of us freak out at the thought of a tarantula, so it's easy to imagine screaming like a banshee.
I don't do spiders, bruh. Like, anything smaller than me that moves faster than me, I don't like it.
If you ever swam by one of these. A huge fossilized spiky claw discovered in Germany in 2007 measured 18 inches. We've known about supersized insects for years now, but it wasn't until this discovery that scientists realized just how big some of these creepy crawlies can get. The next biggest fossil arthropods were massive millipedes that grew more than 2 meters long. Number 6. Basilosaurus.
Shake it off. Oh, you good. Shake it off. We're gonna have to watch some cat pictures after this one, yo. That's real. That's the, you know what I mean? Cat picture therapy.
Basilosaurus name and appearance make it seem like an ancient reptile, but it's actually a bloodthirsty ancestor of today's whales. It's ironic given that its name means king lizard, but
freaking music, man!
That's because when it was discovered by Richard Owen in 1834, it was thought to be a reptile. It wasn't until over 10 years later that he discovered it was actually a mammal and tried to rename it the Zeuglodon, meaning yolk tooth, but that didn't really catch on. It's the closest a whale has ever come to being a snake due to its long eel-like body averaging about 65 feet long, complete with a narrow snout and jaw full of large spiky teeth. It most likely ate other kinds of prehistoric mammals as its main food source. Its skeletal structure was surprisingly weak for its size and power. Its vertebrae was actually hollow, so it stayed near the water's surface where the pressure wasn't as intense, waiting for other...
Oh, man. Oh. Cute cat pictures. Oh. Why does this work? Bro, this legit works. Oh, anything's an airplane. Oh. I immediately feel so much better, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Is it because I have cats, bro? Oh. Look. Oh, look, he has a mustache. Oh, this one's a sandwich. They see this is so... Cat picture therapy, bruh. That is so real. Oh, this one's a rabbit. Very confused rabbit. Oh, yes. Oh, cat pictures. Okay, there it is. Yep. No, this one's got a rabbit friend. Isn't that pretty? We back in there, people. Oh, man.
Other whales to come up for air. Luckily, we weren't around back then because I don't know if our ships would be able to handle a cannibalistic 65-foot-long alligator, eel, snake, whale thing. Physical evidence shows that the basilosaur weren't very smart and they didn't have the cognitive ability of today's whales, nor did they have echolocation. Strangely enough, they only navigated in 2 dimensions, so they didn't do any deep diving or breaching. Weird. Number 5. Dunkleosteus. The Dunkleosteus existed during the Devonian period when vertebrates were just starting to live on land, but Dunkleosteus was much more evolved. It was around 30 feet long and didn't have teeth, but instead bony plates like turtles today, which combined with an 8,000-pound bite force made for an extremely unfair fight. There were many bony armored fish in the ocean in those days, and the strong bite would crush the chunky exterior, making its prey more edible. Dunkle's head and neck was protected by a hard shield, which also helped to concentrate its immensely powerful biting muscles. The Dunkleosteus is right up there with the crocodile and T-Rex for history's strongest biters, and I'm sure if it were around today, it would hold that title proud. Based on evidence from their skull regarding musculature, it is believed that the Dunkleosteus could open its mouth in 1/50th of a second. During its years on Earth, the Dunkleosteus plates that made up its teeth changed to allow it to hold its prey more easily as it tried to escape for dear life. It is only once the Dunkleosteus went extinct that sharks became the dominant predators they are today. Number 4. Megalodon. Thanks to Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, the Megalodon is now a very famous ancient sea beast. It could reach over 60 feet in length and was about 3 to 5 times the size of today's great white shark. Weighing as much as 100 tons, it had the most powerful bite of any creature that has ever lived. In the massive 7-foot jaws of the Megalodon, there were 5 rows of around 276 compressed blade-like teeth that were made for cutting and grasping powerful prey. Its bite was strong enough to crush a car and was much stronger than that of the great white shark and even Tyrannosaurus rex. Because shark skeletons are mostly cartilage, the only evidence of the Megalodon we have today is teeth, jaw fragments, and some vertebrae. Some cryptozoologists believe that the Megalodon could still be alive today in some of the deeper parts of the ocean, although it isn't very likely. There have been some reports of a huge shark, most recently near the Sea of Cortez.
Okay, that's 100% CGI. See, you know what I mean? Like, if it looks super duper unrealistic, even I don't fall for that. But honestly, there's no telling because I've fallen for that before.
Like the Leviathan, the Megalodon hunted near the surface. Over the years, it developed a unique hunting technique, one that included erupting like a rocket from the depths of the ocean to slam into the bellies of whales near the surface. This idea comes from fossil evidence showing ancient whale vertebrae to have compression damage that seems to have been caused by a tremendous blow from beneath. For larger victims, they would bite off the fins and tail and then beat it into submission before eating it. The Megalodon died off about 2.6 million years ago, which means it ate animals that are still around today, like whales, porpoises, and sea turtles. So why did the Megalodon die off when other...
I'm gonna have to edit that one out, man. That was...
creatures that lived around the same time survived. It's likely that the changing temperatures of water of the last ice age and declining food supplies, probably because it was eating everything in sight, led the monster shark to extinction. Number 3. Leviathan melville. You know how I was just telling you about carnivorous whales? Moby Dick may have been fictional, but this prehistoric predatory whale had the largest functional teeth ever known, some measuring over a foot long. First described in 2008, we now know that it was one of the most fearsome predators in the ocean and lived around the same time as the Megalodon and competed for the same food. If they came face to face, I wonder who would win this epic battle. Weighing up to 50 tons, their head alone was about 10 feet long, and it seems like they were equipped with the same echolocating equipment as modern whales. It is believed that the Leviathan was a surface hunter and headbutted its victims at high speed to knock them unconscious, which is when its teeth would come into play. So what happened to this powerful sea beast? Large predators have had a hard time adapting to changing conditions, and the changing climate and food supply may have been too much for it. It's still a relatively new species for us, so as research continues, we may be in for more surprises. Number 2. Mosasaurus. Mosasaurs were marine reptiles that lived during the dinosaur era. Reaching almost 60 feet in length, it was about the same size as the megalodon. Both were the apex predators of the sea while they lived, but these monsters were separated by about 50 million years. The Mosasaurus was one of the most dangerous beasts prowling the waters throughout.
Alright, see, this ain't even that bad for some reason. I appreciate the break.
Throughout the entire Cretaceous period. It had a head shape similar to a crocodile with anywhere from 40 to 50 massive teeth and a jaw that was double hinged so they could swallow their prey whole like a snake. Like all other reptiles, it had to come to the surface to breathe air, and it had paddle-like fins that gave it better mobility in the water.
Just their razor-sharp teeth are enough to make anyone run away screaming. Number 24. The Black Swallower. This fish is...
Shit, man, I need to find me a black swallower. What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we are here to probably ruin my life again. Okay, so you guys already know I kind of have crippling aquaphobia to the point where I've legitimately never swam in the ocean. I don't swim in lakes. You know what I mean? I just don't swim in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I swim in some things. But usually usually they don't call me again after that. In order to try to get me out of being so cripplingly scared of underwater, we are going to scare the crap out of me by watching stuff that is probably going to scare the living crap out of me. So, the scariest thing in the water to me are the animals. Sharks, jellyfishes, giant squids, anything with an eye bigger than my head. I think I see it every time I get in really deep water. So if you guys want to watch the original video, it's by Facts Verse. The link's in the description down below. Let go!
25 terrifying sea creatures. Number 1. The Goblin Shark. Since only a few of these deep-sea sharks have been caught by fishing boats, not much is known about them. It has a prominent...
That's like a shark with a knife for a nose and for teeth.
...snout and a retractable jaw. Its razor-sharp teeth are enough to send even the strongest person swimming for land.
This is not helping me in the least. I'm scareder now.
Number 2. The dragonfish. Although the dragonfish is found over a mile below sea level, it starts its life on top of the water as an egg. As it gets older, it descends to the depths of the sea. As an adult, it's able to produce its own light, which is known as bioluminescence. One of its lights is found on a barbell attached to its jaw.
No!
Its razor-sharp teeth make it a very frightening creature. Number 3. The Frilled Shark. This is a shark that is rarely seen and lives in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Scientists believe that when this shark stalks its prey, it bends its body like a snake. When it's close enough, it swallows its victim whole. Thankfully, humans are not close enough in the water to become its prey. Number 4. The Vampire Squid.
I honestly thought that when I did this video, I was gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna turn this on, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Bruh, this crap is probably making it a lot worse.
This sea creature has the largest eyes of any animal in the world, proportionally speaking.
What?
This creature lives in the depths of the deep sea. Many people think that it gets its name because it sucks blood with its tentacles, but this is false.
No!
The tentacles are actually rather weak. It actually gets its name from its red eyes and its cloak-like webbing. It is a very scary-looking creature.
Oh my God. That last scene made my feet flinch, and I smashed my Achilles heel into my gaming chair.
Number 5. The big red jellyfish. This huge jellyfish can grow to be over 3 feet in length, and it's slightly red, which is where the name came from. Rather than using tentacles like most jellyfish have, this type uses fleshy feeding arms to capture its prey. Number 6. The giant squid. The giant squid was just a legend for a long time.
Okay, this is literally the thing that gave me my aquaphobia.
Because it was rarely ever seen by humans. It lives deep below the waves, and its only predator is the sperm whale. The two are famous for their deadly fights beneath the sea, and their carcasses can often be found bearing the marks of the battle. This is a creature that you would not want to run into underwater. Number 7. The blobfish. This fish lives deep in the waters of Australia and New Zealand and lives almost 4,000 feet below sea level. Because the pressure at these depths is much higher than near the surface, the blob's fish body is a gelatinous mass. Since humans cannot get that far under the sea, you won't need to worry about running into this one. Number 8. The coffin fish. This fish looks like a pink spine-covered balloon. Its appearance makes it seem to be the cross between a pufferfish and an anglerfish. They hunt deep below the sea, and they catch their prey using a fleshy protrusion the same way that an anglerfish does. When they feel threatened, they are capable of puffing themselves up to scare away their enemies, the same way that a pufferfish can. Number 9. The giant isopod.
I don't like bugs. Underwater bugs literally are 2 times worse for me.
This creature is permanently stuck to the bottom of the ocean. At no time are they able to swim to the surface. It lives in the cold, dark waters of the Atlantic Ocean and the Arctic Circle. It resembles a crab, but is much larger in size. Since it doesn't float to the surface, you won't need to worry about running into one if you're swimming in the ocean. Number 10. Stargazer. This is a very
45 seconds. I'm going to show you how our team makes over $20,000 per day with this spatula. You down? All right, let's do it.
Very creepy looking.
Literally got goosebumps from that last one. That's why I was rubbing myself. Immediately goosebumps.
Creature. It gets its name because its eyes and mouth are located on top of its head. It buries itself in the sand and it pops up to attack its prey when it swims by. Some species of the stargazer are electric, and they can deliver lethal shocks to their prey and predators. Number 11. The chimera. This creature should not be confused with the chimera of Greek mythology, and they're also known as sharks. While these creatures used to be found all over the ocean, today they are mostly confined to deep water. They have the body of a shark and the mouth of a crocodile. Luckily, they no longer come to the surface. Number 12. The amphipod. These tiny crustaceans are no longer than an inch, and they live deep in the Pacific Ocean and close to 4 miles beneath the waves. There are some amphipods, however, that can grow a foot in length. They're a very creepy creature and are the cross between a lobster and a cockroach.
Oh, hell! Oh, no! Bruh. As a black person who has a very long and checkered past with many different types of roaches, given where I used to live at, I don't get down with underwater roaches. I'll be damned. Alright? The last place where I had roaches at, they flew like pigeons, bruh. Roaches have wings bigger than pigeons do. I'm not even joking. I chased one with a shoe and cornered it, and it flapped its wings at me and didn't even fly off. I left that apartment. That's real. That was the one with the yellow light in it from when I first started.
Number 13. The Pacific Black Dragon. This creature got its name for a reason. Since most of its prey is bioluminescent, its stomach is designed to prevent light from radiating through. It can easily sneak up on its prey without them even knowing. It actually looks like a black garden snake. If you hate snakes, you'll want to steer clear of this creature. Number 14. The Dumbo Octopus. This octopus got his name from the elephant in the Disney movie, Dumbo. It's not quite as terrifying as the frilled shark, however, it is so strange-looking it deserves a spot on our list. Number 15. The anglerfish. This fish looks like something out of a science fiction movie. This fish got its name for the way that it hunts. It uses a fleshy protrusion that comes out the top of its head as a lure to attract its prey. Once they're close enough, it will use its razor-sharp teeth to eat the unlucky creature. Number 16. The gulper eel. This eel is also known as the pelican eel and is one of the strangest and scariest-looking creatures in the deep sea. Its mouth is huge, making it possible for it to swallow prey that is much larger than itself. Its razor-sharp teeth also allow it to chew its food if necessary. Number 17. The snaggletooth. This is by far one of the ugliest creatures on our list. Its razor-sharp teeth are jagged and uneven.
I can't do too much of this, bruh. I don't do this, man. Black people, we don't, you know what I mean? We don't do the sea. At least not inside of it.
Even, making it look very threatening. It can produce its own light, which makes it very easy to hunt its prey. Number 18. The hatchetfish. This fish should not be confused with the hatchetfish that can be found in many.
Oh my God, bruh. I'm so hungry. Tell me why this shit look like delicious-ass tilapia. Anybody ever had tilapia fish? Bruh, man, I'm so hungry I could eat this thing right now. I ain't even scared of this right now. I'm so hungry.
The aquariums and our freshwater fish. This deep-sea saltwater fish was named for its distinctive hatchet-shaped body. Its eyes are located on top of its head, which allows it to catch food that falls from above. It is only found in the great depths of the ocean. Therefore, you won't need to worry about running into one of these frightening creatures. Number 19. The barrel eye. These odd-looking creatures are similar to the hatchetfish, as they have eyes on top of their heads to catch their prey. What makes them so unique is the transparent dome on top of their head that encases and protects their eyes. Number 20. The grenadier. This is a bottom-dwelling fish, and they are very abundant, as they make up about 15% of the deep-sea population. They are found at depths of almost 4 miles. There are very few creatures that can survive in such a deep, hostile environment. Its razor-sharp teeth make it a force to be reckoned with. Number 21. The blue-ringed octopus. At first glance, this octopus doesn't look scary. It's actually quite pretty, in fact.
The hell it does. That shit, no, I'm scared of this. I don't do this.
However, looks can be deceiving. It's actually one of the most dangerous creatures in the ocean. Its venom is extremely potent. Since there is no antivenom, you want to steer clear of this creature. Number 22. The megamouth shark. This species of deep-water shark was discovered in 1976 and has rarely ever been seen by humans. Because it is rarely seen, there is really no scientific facts about this creature. Its distinctive feature is its gaping mouth, which can swallow its prey whole. Number 23. The viper fish. During the day, this fish stays in the deep water. At night, it travels to the surface and has been found in the nets of deep-sea fishermen. Since they cannot survive in captivity, not much is known about them, except that they are very scary-looking. Just their razor-sharp teeth are enough to make anyone run away screaming. Number 24. The black swallower. This fish is…
Shit, man, I need to find me a black swallower. Oh, man, we going to hell for that one, bruh. Nah, but for real though, any, you know what I mean, any qualified, you know, like females or just, you know what I mean, like, I'm gonna edit that out. I'm done. I'm gonna let that joke go. I'm done. Y'all don't deserve that. Y'all don't deserve that shit. Just a black swallow. swallower. No, but for real though, you know what I mean? Like, don't even have to swallow, you know what I'm saying? Like, spit, just, you know, just not on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh man, I completely understand why we get in trouble now.
Is also known as the great swallower.
Great swallower sound like better than the black swallower. I need to find me a great swallower.
What makes this creature so scary is its ability to consume and digest. This relatively small creature can eat and digest prey that is over 10 times its size. Number 25. Gigantic sunfish. A group of scuba divers was in the water taking photos when they happened upon this gigantic sunfish.
And they got close to it? What? You see something that you've never seen exist before, and your first instinct is, I'ma pet it. Bruh, I know the dude in this suit ain't black. I'm just saying. I see that coming at me, bruh. I swear to God, the last thing I'ma do is try to get closer. I'm a snack. I'm not about to get hot Cheetoed out this mug. That's what I do. I'm not gonna get it the same thing to me.
The fish can grow up to 9 feet long and can weigh over 5,000 pounds. The sunfish that the divers came across was large enough to easily inhale a grown man.
Yes.
Luckily for the men, this type of fish does not eat humans. Just the sheer size of this fish alone is enough to make a person.
You think? I'd have pooped myself. You know what I mean? I'd have told everybody about it too. I'd tell pretty women I poop on myself if I run into that in confidence. That's real talk. What she gonna say? Oh man, you ain't a real man. You know what happened to the real man? They got eaten by that. That's real. This honestly did not help me with my aquaphobia. Honestly, it kind of made it not better. Honestly, probably made it a little bit worse. You know, because now I know what's in the water. But yo, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. This is your boy BlastphamousHD. If you guys want to watch the original video, the link will be in the description down below. And again, before I go, you know, any black or great swallowers out there, man, you know what I mean? My Instagram is BlastphamousHD. You know, it's important that we link up.